Welcome back, everybody. Last episode, we actually updated to 1.21, and we did our first trial chambers, and I have to say, I am so in love with the wind charges. I've been using them all over the place. I think I already went through 3 stacks. I definitely need to go back to a trial chamber and set up something to farm those breeze rods somehow. Not sure yet how, but I'll figure that out in the future. Today, me problem is beaches. Yes, guys, we're taking care of beaches. Those of you who have been following from the start know that this is the island I chose to build the starter base on, and I, may have forgotten to actually take a map before this was gone. But as you can see, we started out with a nice beach here. And as you can see here, I took out a little bit more of the trees. Didn't really do much with the beach. And, well, then this happened. I decided to take out the entire beach. Because I don't know. Actually, I seriously don't know. I thought I might want to just, do this part of the terrain as beach. And I also took out a little bit here and whatnot. And actually, you can't really see that there's sand underneath here, which is actually fine by me, that you only see the water. But anyways, there was this stretch here and I took it out and I actually like it. I'm still considering maybe actually taking this out too, because not so sure how I'm gonna use it or not. But let's have a look what I did. As you can see, last episode already, I put the beach back. Not too happy yet on the shaping of things. Let's do a little bit of cheaty cam here. I took care of this bit because I did not like how that was protruding. We're back at the Athy can't talk topic again. Are we? This early in the episode? All right, let's just roll with it. Anyways, I did this. I think it looks a lot nicer. And now I'm actually even considering putting in rocks in here. Like, I changed this out, like I plopped sand on top of it, mostly, tried to little bit of terraform around here, added sand over here to make it more uniform. Yes, I know, I still need to take care of all of this, which is going to happen probably this episode some point or another, but I was trying to just go for the beach here. Anyways, I may curve this around. Also, still not decided yet. I think I really need to look at it while, like after I did it, maybe even, go into creative and just mess with world edit first before I come back here and look at it. But what I definitely did decide is that smooth sandstone slabs just looks so much better than the birch slabs. So that's what we're definitely, oops. Yeah, here, my redstone mess. There you see it. Anyways, yeah, that's a thing where we have to change. Probably put them in all over the place just so traversing is easier. And I think this has to go, and just more of these. Like, I really like these. Even though I'm still practicing them, I really enjoy these. And I think I'm gonna plop them all around here. And then we're gonna work on this. More like, I don't know if you can say gradient since we're going from green to sand, but I guess you know what I mean. I have seen Pearl in particular do this. Go from green to coarse dirt to spruce to oak to birch to sand. We need to mess around with this. I did already a little bit in creative, which I will show you in a moment. Then we can probably, yeah, let's just do that. Let's hop into a creative test copy of this. So just for context, what I basically do is you can copy the world, and then I do rename it as my creative copy that I don't mess it up. And then what you can do is you go here to open LAN, and then commands off, start LAN world, which if you do this, the world will still run. You know, you won't pause it basically, but since you're in creative, it doesn't really matter. And as you can see, I got rid of the villagers here already because they're just in the way. So, all right, here is what I was talking about. We have, I need to pay attention that I don't do that. See, we have the birch sprinkled in here. We got the oak, and then the transition over here to the coarse dirt, which I have yet to figure out how far I want to take this back. But what the other option would be is basically have another layer of spruce in here, you know, that you have a smoother transition. The question is, do we want this huge transition in the open spots or not? I actually personally, I prefer to keep this a little bit on the more simple side on flat areas here. And if we look over here, I think this is my brush I did, right? Oh, it's not working. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm using World Edit in here, so I basically put a brush here for spheres, and I started, you know, shaping up some boulders with 50% stone, some andesite, some tuff, and I smoothed it out. And I don't hate it, to be fair. This has to go. Yeah, this thing has to go. I really don't like it. It just has to go. All right. Yeah, we probably are gonna just bring one of these over here. Maybe a two for, maybe a one for, I don't know. But I was thinking something of this here to build up. I am unsure if I like the mix of things or if I want a gradient. Potentially, what we could do is actually even bring in cobbled deep slate, and then layer cobbled deep slate, tuff, and then andesite and stone, and maybe, just maybe, throw in some cobblestone, even though I'm not always sure how I want cobblestone in some technically naturally looking things. Also, what I did here is mess around with how far I want to actually bring the beach over, which, however, I haven't really made up my mind yet. Only thing I do know is that I do want this to be rocky shores, and what I'm generally aiming at, potentially, what we could do is actually have the spruce transition probably more so here, where we have the darker tones already, that we transition here a little more mixed. But I think first things first, we're gonna go back on the server, not server, what am I talking about? Get it together. Back on the single player world and actually just work on this transition. I might, before hopping over, check it in here how I like this a little more curved, because I'm really unsure how I like the transition between sand and grass. Maybe if I would have had this as like Over here, for example, what I could imagine looks a lot better if you have the dirt here anyway, instead of taking the grass, that you gotta, sprinkle this in here. I could imagine this working, right? Instead of the grass. But over there with the sand, I think we need the sand. I don't think sand to grass will look good whatsoever. But first things first is definitely this beach part here. And we need to think about, what are we doing with the villagers? I technically want to build houses for them since we have them. Cartographer, map house, a house for the farmer on top of the pumpkins, a house for the alchemist, and what else do we have? Oh, the Fletcher. Right, so we have a little bit of inhabitants and whatnot going on here, but I don't think we're gonna do many houses this episode. But let's just look how far we get. Enjoy a tiny time lapse first with working on this transition. So this is what we have so far. I don't know yet. Oops. Right. I don't hate it, but I think I need this to sit for a little bit. But I actually think I could work with this. Definitely this here. This made a lot more sense. Even though we have this transition here a little bit short and symmetrical, which this is the problem I'm having, trying to bring asymmetry but still keep it kinda logical and not too overpowering, because I really wouldn't want this to have like this huge transition going, so I'm trying to keep it more simple. And I do just have to use some of the spruce because, yeah, steps up here are just nicer. Also replaced all this, which I think looks fantastic. I might even go as far as putting them here to have waterlogged steps, but that is a idea for another project. Right, now what we're gonna do is might not make it too bouldery, but I'm going to take out this line here for first and foremost, and then I'm going to actually build up some of the stone. I have no idea how high yet. And how I'm gonna keep... this needs to go. All right. basically what I'm trying to take through here is a natural kind of retaining wall, if you want to put it like that. I also need to dig out the sand because I think we should do that also in stone, like I tried in the test world. But yeah, I think we need to build this up to probably even like yay high. I mean, depending on the terrain, but this actually fits that I can match this up and give this more of a bank. Then we can actually, we come down here, maybe here, keep this a little open and have a walkway from the beach up to this bank and actually have, you know, this a little bigger and build a house here. Maybe even the cartographer. Not too sure if that makes sense to have the cartographer here. The other idea for the cartographer would actually be more over here and give him a lighthouse kind of vibe on this side of the beach. Unless we want the lighthouse keeper to be separate from the cartographer. But like I said, that's just ideas and we're not utilizing any building today except the beach and tree. Definitely I want to put in at least one more tree. But yes, let me get back to doing this and then I'll bring you back before we texture. I think shaping first is definitely the better idea. And then I can, then I can actually go ahead, make another test copy and just replace the stone a little bit and see if I want a mix or if I want a gradient. Have I mentioned that I get distracted really easy? So here's the thing. I sometimes fish while I watch some other content creator stream or just generally while I watch something, right? There's not even much point in anything and nothing is basically what I'm saying. And yeah, I have, wait, let me look. A lot of Nautilus shells. I found a bunch of treasure, so I also do have some nice Heart of the Sea. And I was like, you know, thinking to myself, why have I not gotten any prismarine yet? A conduit would be really nice to work. So, water breathing potion, invis potion, milk bucket, and that is our distraction. Let's just sleep here first. Sleeping with the sunset. No. Yeah, no. Sunset. Yes, sunset. Anyways, let's get started. Definitely these. And I think I don't want the totem to be seen. I'm not too sure how much, but I also also did bring my hoe just in case. We find the sponge room because since we're here, I think it would make a lot of sense to just try and get the sponges. But for sure, we're just getting blocks. I mean, getting hit. Of course I got mining fatigue. Oh well, there you are. Let's just kill them, get rid of the mining fatigue once and for all. Where's... See, I do this not a lot, so please bear with me. That's a ground. Where are the guardians? I know one is somewhere in the middle. There's one. And then probably at the top, I think. Ooh, the drop. Did drop head. Head is good. This is not. God, I have mining fatigue. This is gonna take forever. Screw this. Let's try. Yeah, I already have mining fatigue. I know. Unless that stacks. Come on. We got this. Finally. And there you are. That guy's watching me, I know that. Okay. Alright. Now we can get us our blocks and let's find the sponge room. Hopefully there is a sponge room. Get us maybe 2 stacks of these. And then just remember this one as a future project for actually making a guardian farm. Because, of course, this world should have every single one. Because I want to. And who knows how long we're gonna actually play this world. I wouldn't mind playing for quite some time. But I'll bring you guys back whenever it's actually worth bringing you back. So until then, I don't know. Alright guys, just looking at this for now, I think there's no sponge room. That's fine, that's fine. We can try and find another, what what's it called, guardian temple. Maybe find one even closer to base, maybe not, who knows, but I'll mark the coordinates of this one for sure. And then yeah, let's just call it for now and go back to base and actually build ourselves our conduit. Right. I just crafted 2 conduits. I cleaned up my inventory and I have enough to actually set up 2 conduits. Google, which I had to ask, says that a conduit has a 96 block radius. I know that somewhere down here, I actually have a water pocket. I think it's over here. Which would technically mean that I can place it. Yeah, here's the water pocket. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, let's just cheese array in here. We're here, so that would cover basically this side of the what's it called, island. Then we can actually set up probably one over here in that ravine, and then we should be good to go for the most part. Right, let's set this one up here. I do want to do that. Where did that piece go? Thank you. Right, then we can do this, then we can plop one of the conduits on here already, tear this down, and then I think it's this. Nope. Okay, that just activated in time. New. Did I just lose something? I don't know. Let's try and get this done. And then it should be this. I thought it's 46 blocks that I need for a full con. No, 42 blocks. Okay, my bad. We got a full conduit. That is all that matters, which means we have the night vision anyway, which is perfect. Now, where's my way out? Here's my way out. All right, let's close this in again. I'll go up and set up the other one. By the way, also, while I was watching a stream, I dug out here a little bit more because I needed stone. And then I actually had a slime attack me from the back. So I actually dug out everything. And then I have this circling water. It is a little bit hard to see. There you go. There you go. I didn't even bother putting what are they called, golems over here, because it's just passive. See, here we can watch it. They just eventually wander off the edge anyways. Of course, this one turns around, but as you can see, they come over here, and then I have my nice dropper over here, and it sends it all the way up here, and we have been passively already farming slime. This is also some of the things where I still need the auto crafter. Athenian redstone gonna be a thing. But yeah, that's gonna be definitely a thing. Oh, we need to sleep. Sleep. right, so what I have done right now is I decided to actually take this a little bit in this direction and not take this. I'm probably making this more beach, to be honest. At least, you know, this part here, that makes a bit more sense. And then the tree does not look too weird out of place. I took it a little around here because I wanted to give this a plateau. If you look at it like this. Probably I will actually make this out of stone brick partially to have more of a retaining wall to not make this too natural. So we basically have, I guess you could say, the lore that the people settling on this island basically took what was naturally occurring here and just moved it a little bit in this direction and also here. So basically they have this natural part here and they just added to it. At least that is what I am going for right now. Right, I am almost happy with this. Obviously, I still need to work on this a little bit. There needs to be a little more shape added for sure. This looks just way too man-made still. There needs to be randomness and just build up, I guess. But one thing is certain. Spending that extra time getting the conduit definitely already made my life so much easier, and definitely I also realized how much I just love Swift Sneak. I actually did that fairly early on. Went and got that, and that is for sure time well spent. And if I should ever play on an SMP, getting Swift Sneak on my own or buying it, definitely buying it, money well spent. As a builder, that is something really, really important. All right, I will bring you back after I built this up a little bit more, I think. Alright guys, I actually did some texturing and I put in another tree. I'm actually liking it. And as I promised, I put in the darker textures in here. I used some cobble deep slate. I added in some mossy cobblestone, some regular cobblestone, the tough blocks, some andesite. So let's just look from afar. By no means am I done yet. After all, I need to let it sit a little with me here and decide still needs doing and whatnot. But for now, I actually like it. And that's a bit uncommon for me to really immediately like it. So we'll see how that goes, to be honest. But thus far, I really like the flow of it. I do still need to think of what I'm going to put here and what I'm going to put here, but this is probably going to be the cartographer's house. It actually makes sense if you think about it, that the cartographer can look out on the ocean while he's doing his maps and whatnot. But anyways, that was it for me for this episode. Thank you for coming to hang out with me, and I see you next episode. Bye-bye.